ambushed you like that. But
We had differences of opinion, sir. I hope she at least believed my sincerity.
You handled yourself pretty well, Commander. She came across like a raving idiot. Just wanted to let you know what the response was back home. I won't keep you any longer. Fifth Fleet out.
Shepard, may I speak with you?
I was just thinking about you.
I have been thinking about you too, and what we are about to face. I do not know what is going to happen on Ilos. I hope we will stop Saren, of course, but part of me fears we are already too late. There is something I must tell you, in case we fail.
We're not going to fail. I promise.
Please, I am not looking for comfort. Saren might already have the conduit. It is time to be completely honest with each other. These could be our last moments together. Our last chance to show each other how we feel. I want this to be special.
We don't have to do this. Not unless you're sure.
I have never been more sure of anything in my life. Will you join with me, Shepard? Let our bodies and minds unite.
Just tell me what to do.
By the goddess. That was incredible, Shepard.
Ready for round two?
Commander?
5 minutes ETA to the Mu relay.
I had better go. Duty calls. You would not want to keep Joker waiting. Shepard, whatever happens on Ilos, I just wanted to say thank you for everything.
Commander?
We've got company.
Have their sensors picked us up yet?
Well, stealth systems are engaged. Unless we get close enough for a visual, they won't have any idea we're here.
Picking up some strange readings from the planet's surface.
Take us down, Joker. Lock in on the coordinates.
Negative on that, Commander. The nearest landing zone's 2 clicks away.
We'll never make it in time on foot. Get us something closer.
There is nowhere closer. I've looked.
Drop us in the Mako.
You need at least 100 meters of open terrain to pull off a drop like that. The most I can find near...
20 meters? We'll never get in close
We have
enough.
to try.
Find another landing zone.
There is no other landing zone!
The descent angle's too steep.
It's our only option.
It's not an option. It's a suicide run. We don't...
I can do it.
Joker,
I can do it.
gear up and head down to the Mako. Joker, drop us right on top of that bastard.
You two, keep moving inside now.
We have to get inside this bunker before Saren finds the conduit. There is no way we're getting past
Saren
that.
found a way to open it. There must be some kind of security override somewhere in this complex.
We will have to find some way to get it up and running again.
This place still has power. Must be running off its own generator.
This must be the command center for the entire complex. Saren's troops must have sealed the doors from here after he went inside. We will have to figure out how to disengage the security lockdown if we ever want to get inside that bunker. Saren already has a head start. We have to go find him before he reaches the conduit.
Unless he's already found it.
That is a chance we will
Hold on. Sounds like some
It
kind
is
of
probably in Prothean.
What's it say?
Act of desperation.
It said something about the conduit.
Cannot be stopped. Cannot be stopped.
I have spent my life studying the Protheans, but I never dreamed I would discover anything like this. This bunker might have been the last refuge of their entire species. Just imagine what mysteries it might hold. Imagine what secrets it might reveal.
Hey, try to remember why we're here. Saren, conduit, fate of the entire known galaxy.
I am sorry. I was swept up in the moment. I just hope we have the opportunity.
What are all those things on the wall? Some kind of container?
They look like stasis pods. The Protheans probably... What is happening? I do not think Saren is behind this. I have studied the Protheans for decades, but I have never felt this sense of foreboding. What will we find down there?
Whatever it is, we should be careful.
You are not Prothean, but you are not machine.
Looks like
I
somebody.
do not.
This
I
is
have. My name is Vigil. You are safe here. You must. But when the Citadel relay is that over the next decades, the Reaper through their fleets advanced across every settled region of these indoc. Within a few centuries, the Reapers had killed or enslaved. The conduit is the key. Before the Reapers attacked, we Protheans were on the cusp of unlocking the mysteries behind Ilo.
The conduit is not a weapon. It is a backdoor onto the city.
What happened?
But the genocide of an entire.
There were hundreds of stasis pods.
Yet they vowed to find some way. At this time, Sovereign will override the. It will corrupt the Citadel security protocol through the conduit.
This might be our only
The one you.
all their culture, all their advanced technology, and the Protheans were taken in by the Reapers just as we were. They failed.
The Protheans did not fail. They gave us a chance. It falls to us to make the most of it. So I suggest we hurry.
There, the conduit. It's incredible.
We don't have time to admire the view. We have to get through that relay, and these Geth aren't gonna make it easy on us.
Activate the defenses! Seal the station! The arms aren't moving. Systems not responding. Abandon the Citadel! Evacuate the Council! Citadel Control! Citadel Control, do you copy?
Critical failures detected across all monitored systems. Please begin emergency evacuation.
They're sealing the station!
Don't let the enemy ships inside the arms!
time, Shepard.
In time for what?
The final confrontation. I think we both expected it would end like this. You've lost. You know that, don't you? In a few minutes, Sovereign will have full control of all the Citadel systems.
I've still got a few tricks up
You
my
survived our encounter on Vermeer, but I've changed since then.
You let Sovereign implant
I
you?
suppose I should thank you, Shepard. After Vermeer, I couldn't stop thinking about what the doubts began. Now my doubts are gone. I believe in Sovereign completely.
Sovereign's control.
I am a vision of the future, Shepard.
Sovereign hasn't won yet. I can stop it from taking.
We can't stop it. Not forever. You saw the visions. You saw what happened to
Some part of you must still.
Maybe you're right. The implants. Sovereign.
It's not over yet. You can still redeem yourself.
Goodbye, Shepard. Thank you.
Vigil's data file worked.
Quick, open the station's arms. Maybe the fleet can take Sovereign down.
See if you can open a communications channel.
Normandy to the Citadel. Normandy to the Citadel. Please tell me that's you, Commander.
I'm here, Joker.
We caught that distress call, Commander. I'm sitting here in the Andurra sector with the entire Arcturus fleet. We can save the Ascension. Just unlock the relays around the Citadel and we'll send the cavalry in.
Are you really willing to sacrifice human lives to save the Council, Shepard?
This is bigger than humanity.
The Council must be sacrificed for the greater good. Don't waste your reinforcements. Hold them back until the Citadel arms open up. Save the human fleet to attack Sovereign.
What's the order, Commander? Come in now to save the Ascension, or hold back?
Hold off, Joker. We're not sacrificing human lives to save...
A sacrifice for the greater good. I only pray it is not made in vain.
All Alliance ships, hold formation. Wait for a shot at Sovereign. Nothing else matters. I repeat, nothing else matters.
Commander, we're picking up reinforcements.
It's the Alliance! Open a comm channel! This is the Ascension. We're taking heavy damage. Guardian defenses are over... Kinetic barriers are offline.
Commander, they closed the channel. Make sure he's dead.
He's dead.
mine.
Negative. This is our only chance. Take that monster down no matter what the cost.
Now's our chance.
Hit it with everything we got.
Hard on my flank. We're going in.
We found them! They're in here!
Take it easy. It's over. You're safe now. Where's the commander? We got your message, Ambassador. What's all this about?
No need to get worked up.
You should thank me for what I did. If the Normandy...
I understand, Captain. You did...
Commander Shepard did the right thing. We had to hold our fleet back to go after Sovereign.
I agree.
But they can't rebuild without us. We need to take the lead in forming a new council, one with a human chairman at its head. The other species they believe in us because of you, Shepard. You saved the galaxy from...
The ambassador's right. The other races look up to us.
Given everything you've done, Commander, the Alliance will want to know who you think our council chairman should be.
We're about to go to war. We need
You make a good case.
I don't know if any of us are... So what happens now? Shepard's right. We're headed for war with the Reapers. If we lose, it's the end of all life as we know it. We have to show the rest of the galaxy what it takes to survive. With the support of the other races, we can win this battle. With them behind us, we can stand against the Reaper's return and drive them back into dark space.
Shepard did everything right. More than we could have hoped for.
Commander Shepard uncovered the truth.
And still, it's not enough.
We're at war. No one wants to admit it, but humanity is under attack.
But they're sending her to fight Geth. Geth! We both know they're not the real threat. The Reapers are still out there.
And it's up to us to stop them.
The Council will never trust Cerberus. They'll never accept our help, even after everything humanity has accomplished. But Shepard, they'll follow her. She's a hero, a bloody icon. But she's just one woman. If we lose Shepard, humanity might well follow.
Then see to it that we don't lose her.
Disengaging FTL drives. Emission sinks active. Board is green. We are running silent.
We're wasting our time. 4 days searching up and down this sector, and we haven't found any sign of Geth activity.
3 ships went missing here in the past month. Something happened to them.
My money's on slavers. The Terminus system is crawling with them.
Picking up something on the long-range scanner. Unidentified vessel. Looks like a cruiser.
Doesn't match any known signatures.
Cruiser is changing course. Now on intercept trajectory.
Can't be. Stealth systems are engaged. There's no way a Geth ship could possibly...
It's not the Geth. Brace for evasive maneuvers!
Presley!
Kinetic barriers down. Multiple hull breaches. Weapons offline. Somebody get that fire out.
Distress beacon is ready for launch. Will the Alliance get here in time? Doing this just so they can find our frozen corpses. Get everyone onto the escape shuttles. Joker's still in the cockpit. He won't evacuate. I'm not leaving either. I need you to get the crew onto the evac shuttles. I'll take care of Joker. Shepard. Liara, go. Now. Aye, aye. Everybody in! Go, go, go! Come on, Joker. We have to get out of here.
No, I won't abandon the Normandy! I can still save her!
The Normandy's lost. Going down with the ship won't change that.
Yeah, okay. Help me up. They're coming around to another attack!
Just another routine mission. Why do they always say that before a mission? Of course it's routine. You haven't done anything yet. It's everything that happens along the way. The choices you make. The paths you choose. That turn the routine into anything but. Of course, that's how it started. A routine mission. Answering a distress call. And look where that got me. We were testing out the Normandy, Captain Anderson's new ship, when the distress call came in. An Alliance patrol on Eden Prime had been attacked. They'd seen something they couldn't explain. And whatever it was massive. I hit the ground with my lieutenant, Caden Alenko. A good kid, loyal, by the book, with a talent for biotics. We came across the lone survivor of the patrol, Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams. A soldier to the core. Tough, disciplined, ready to take on whatever came her way. Ashley joined up with us and took us to the spot where she lost her squad. That's when we saw it. The ship. Like nothing I'd ever seen. It was massive, scorching the colony and everything around it as it blasted away. We followed the path of destruction to an artifact, a beacon left by a long-dead race called the Protheans. The colony had dug it up, and whoever attacked them had tried to take it. Lieutenant Alenko made the mistake of getting too close. I hit him with some type of energy. I grabbed him and threw him out of the way. That's when it hit me. Hard. Every muscle in my body went rigid. I couldn't move. Could barely breathe. Everything went black. And then I saw something. A vision. Dream. A nightmare. By the time I woke up, we were halfway to the Citadel on our way to meet the Council. I was expected to explain what I'd seen. Anderson came along. So did Udina, our political representative on the Citadel. With those two heavyweights, it seemed reasonable we could persuade the Council that the ship we'd seen was a potential threat. As was the individual behind the attacks. The main suspect for the Eden Prime massacre was a Turian Spectre named Saren. He'd been seen by one of the survivors from the colony at Eden Prime, and there was some evidence to suggest that the ship was connected to Saren. But even Udina's pointed accusations weren't enough. enough to convince the Council. They just couldn't believe one of their chosen elite Spectres could be guilty of something like that. They needed proof, which meant I needed proof. Fortunately, I wasn't alone in my search. Garrus, another Turian, wanted to help. A top agent for Citadel security. Despite orders from his superiors that he shouldn't get involved, he told me he was suspicious of Saren and he had some useful leads. More importantly, he was willing to share them. That led me to Rex, the biggest, nastiest looking Krogan bounty hunter I'd ever seen. He turned out to be more than just a brute. It was his intel that led us to a fugitive with incriminating evidence on Saren. The fugitive turned out to be an energetic little Quarian named Tali. A tech expert with a knack for hacking, she procured some information on Saren. Evidence that proved Saren was dirty. Tali's evidence proved that Saren was responsible for the massacre on Eden Prime, and the immense warship we'd spotted was in fact Saren's flagship. But it went much further. Saren was trying to find a way to bring back a race of sentient machines from dark space. Machines allegedly responsible for cleansing the galaxy of all organic life. These Reapers were blamed for wiping out all life 50,000 years ago, including the Protheans, then disappearing back through the mass relays to dark space, leaving no trace that they'd ever been. That explained why Saren was after the beacon, and it made some sense out of my visions, but not much else. We couldn't convince the Council that the Reapers were a threat, but they agreed Saren had to be stopped. They stripped him of his Spectre status and gave me the honor of becoming the first human Spectre. My first task? Bring down Saren. Anderson decided to stay behind, giving up his ship, the Normandy. He told me I'd need it more than he would. He also pointed me in a direction. Liara. A Prothean expert, adept in biotics, and maybe most importantly, daughter of Benezia, Saren's top lieutenant. And like most Asari, as beautiful as she is intelligent, and born with a unique ability to meld with other species. Liara was able to help me decipher some of the vision the beacon had given me. Nothing concrete, but it gave me some clues. And a new appreciation for the Asari. Her technique for accessing my vision was unexpected, but not at all unpleasant. Kaidan was a little concerned about the connection I shared with Liara. As commander, I knew either relationship had the potential to interfere with the mission. I told Liara about how I felt. Apparently, she felt it too. But we agreed we wouldn't let it get in the way of our mission, finding Saren. Thanks to Liara's help, we had our next lead, Benezia. Saren had taken her to Noveria, where he'd enslaved the queen of a dangerous race of insect-like creatures, the Rachni. He ordered Benezia to use the same technique Liara had used on me to extract information from the Rachni Queen. The Queen's drones were everywhere, and they were not happy. We had to fight through hundreds of them to get to Benezia. By the time we arrived, Saren was gone, with the information. I tried to reason with Benezia, but Saren had indoctrinated her. He had somehow acquired the ability to control people's actions and wills. And I was left with an angry, dangerous Rachni Queen to deal with. She claimed her drones would do no harm if I released her. But the Rachni had terrorized the galaxy before. I couldn't do it. I wouldn't doom an entire species for past sins. And the Queen was true to her word. She left and took her army of drones with her. With Saren's top lieutenant dead, he was quickly running out of time and places to hide. I tracked him down at his base on Vermeer, but we soon learned it was more than a base of operations. It was a breeding ground. Saren was breeding an army of Krogan. He'd found a cure for the genophage, a disease inflicted on the Krogan to prevent them from breeding and taking over the galaxy. But the Krogan Saren was breeding were slaves, mindless beasts that obeyed Saren's will. I had to destroy the base and all its research. Rex disagreed. Violently. Rex wanted the genophage cure for his people. I tried to convince him to help me destroy it, that these Krogan weren't real. But he wouldn't back down. He just couldn't be reasoned with, and I couldn't let the base be saved, even if it meant curing the Krogan. Saren had to be stopped. When we finally got to the center of the base, I realized just how close Saren was to completing his plan. He was already in communication with the Reapers. Sovereign, Saren's flagship we'd all assumed was just a ship, was a Reaper. It spoke to me, threatened me. I could feel the menace it had for every living thing. It wanted me dead. It wanted us all dead. And I knew it was capable of doing just that. But there was no time to think about it. Sovereign knew where before we could detonate the bombs, Saren showed up. We fought. It was Sovereign, the Reaper. Before I could convince him to stop, he ran, leaving me just seconds to extract my squad mates. I tried, but it wasn't fast enough. I could only save one of them. Ash was a good friend, and a great soldier. But I had to choose. And I chose Kaidan. That was the last time Saren would slip away from me. I knew then, the next time we met, one of us would die. With my team mostly intact, we chased Saren and his army to Ilos, a long-lost planet that had once belonged to the Protheans. As we prepared for what we knew would be a desperate fight, I spoke to my crew. We were just one ship, against Saren's growing army. But Liara saw through my words. She knew I was hurting after Ash's death. She could sense my doubts. We both knew this mission could be our last. Until that moment, we put our feelings aside for the sake of the mission. But why wait? We gave in to each other. And it was perfect. While it lasted. We arrived on Ilos close behind Saren. Once on the planet, we discovered a Prothean databank that helped me put the final pieces of my vision together. The Reapers had come 50,000 years ago, and every 50,000 years before that, each time purging the galaxy of life. The Protheans had fought and died like every species before them, but a few survived long enough to leave a parting gift. The Protheans had discovered that the Citadel was the key to controlling the mass relays. By sabotaging the Citadel, they found a way. Saren knew this. He was leading. We followed him to the Citadel. It was intact, but heavily damaged. He'd caught the Council fleets by surprise, and they were only now regrouping. But Saren was done running, and I was done chasing him. As the Alliance and Council fleets battled Saren's army outside the Citadel, I cornered the Turian bastard in the Citadel tower and confronted him. He died believing that the Reapers would save him. As I fought to regain control of the Citadel, the Council's flagship, the Destiny Ascension, fell under attack. Despite Saren's death, Sovereign and Saren's army continued to fight. The Council was aboard the Destiny Ascension and they were requesting assistance. But I knew in order to help them, I would have to put our Human Alliance fleet in jeopardy. The Council could be replaced. The fleets were needed here and now if we were going to defeat Sovereign. Even with the Citadel back in my control, Saren defeated and the Normandy leading the combined galactic fleet. The battle against Sovereign, a single Reaper, was relentless. It took the combined fleets of humanity and the other races, but in the end, Sovereign fell. But the costs were immense. While humanity's efforts in the war earned us our first seat on the Council, both great leaders in their own right. Anderson didn't want the job, which was a sure sign he'd be perfect for it. No ambition to get in the way. The war was over. The threat had passed. In time, the Council would rebuild itself. The Citadel could be repaired. Even the pain of lost friends would fade. But none of that. I had to find a way. I gathered my crew, took my ship, and went in search of answers. Officially, the Council would only say I was assigned cleanup duty, routing out any remnants of Saren's army. Just another routine mission.
Commander Shepard has been recovered. The Lazarus Project will proceed as planned.
pistol doesn't have a thermal clip.
It's a med bay. Keep your head down, Shepard. Shield yourself from the blast. Someone's hacking security trying to kill you. Look for a thermal clip for your pistol. Looks like they set up a barricade to try hold. Look out! Keep moving. We need to get to the shuttles. Shepard, security mechs are closing in on your position. Take cover.
Subduing threats.
Nice work, Shepard. Coast is clear. Don't want more reinforcements heading your way. Here come the mechs. Use the... Take the elevator down 1 floor. Hurry! Get to the door! Run! You're doing fine, Shepard. Head to the next room and I'll try to meet you. Shepard, read me. I've got mechs closing in on my position.
Log update. The cost of this project is astronomical. Over $4 billion.
Progress is slow, but subject shows signs of recovery. Major organ.
What are you doing here? Thought you were still a work in progress.
Look, pal. I don't know
Damn.
where I am.
Yeah, I'm Jacob Taylor.
Hostiles detected.
Damn it!
It's your station.
We're low on thermal clips. They're falling back. Ready to get the hell off. Depends where the mech.
Shepard's alive?
Roger that.
You've been spotted.
Damn it, Wilson. This room is crawling with mechs.
The whole station is crawling with mechs. I'm doing the best I can.
Hostile forces have engaged. You're offline.
Oh, God. They found me. Help!
Wilson, where are you?
Server room B! Hurry! They're out of control!
Jacob! Shepard! Down here! Bastards got me in the leg!
How about we talk?
Hopefully there's
Grab the Metagel from the first aid station. I thought maybe I could.
We didn't
shut
ask
them.
what you
Weren't you listening? I came here to try and fix this.
You're all strangers to me. Let's get someplace safe.
Right,
and then
Shepard.
Forget about
Bunch of mechs.
There are only 2 possible explanations. We can overload them.
That's it. Let's get out of here.
This really
We
isn't
won't
if you
make
want
it
to piss off
the Lazarus Project. The
I
program
think
that...
I ran into Cerberus a few times while I was investigating Saren.
Well, that's what the Alliance wants, people. The Alliance declared you dead. They gave up. Cerberus spent it. Once we're off the station, I'll take you to the elusive man. He'll explain everything.
I don't care what they did or
You can
what-
tell it to the boss. But afterward...
Systems active. Hostile forces have engaged.
I've got him! What the hell are you doing?
My job.
I had a feeling Wilson
Good
was just...
Come on. My boss...
You mean the elusive?
Lying to the
Well, since
command.
we're getting everything out in the open, is there anything else?
I've had enough of this.
Or two, in your case.
Come on, Miranda. More
It's been
tests.
2 years since the attack. The elusive man needs to know that Shepard...
Did you say 2
The sooner
Oh,
we start...
you enlisted and won a medal fighting Batarians during the Skillian Blitz. Do you remember that?
A lot of lives depended on me holding that position.
However you want to put it, it was damn impressive. Satisfied, Miranda?
Almost. Vermeer, where you destroyed Saren's cloning facility.
Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams was killed in action. It was your call. Why did you leave her behind?
I left a friend to die that day and I didn't... Ash gave her life for
I
the
understand, Commander.
There are other tests.
Come on, Miranda.
I
Enough with
suppose you're right. The elusive man is waiting for you in the other room.
Elusive man. I thought we'd be...
Unnecessary precaution. Not unusual.
You might be the reason I'm
You need
still alive.
humanity.
The Reapers.
Good to see your memory's still intact.
You need to earn the right.
Cerberus isn't as evil as you believe.
Cut to the chase.
We're at war. No one wants to admit it, but while you've been... We believe you've seen it yourself. You bested all of them. That's just one reason we chose you.
Nothing you say is...
I'd be disappointed if I could persuade you that easily. I have a shuttle ready to take you to Freedom's Progress, the latest. Miranda and Jacob will brief you.
Miranda killed Wilson in cold blood. Jacob's just a gun for hire.
Wilson was one of my best agents, but he was a traitor. Miranda did exactly what I expected of her, and she saved your life and more. Jacob's a soldier, one of the best. You'll be just fine with them.
Is this a volunteer
You
job?
always have... But first, find any clues you can. I brought you back.
We should be there shortly, Shepard. The elusive man put us under your command.
Our first priority is to
That's
look for
unlikely, Commander.
Be nice to find... Looks like everyone just got up and left right in the middle of dinner.
Strange. No bodies, no structural damage, and no signs of battle.
Hear that? Sounds like Fenris Smith.
Strange.
Incoming!
Shoot them before they take out the shield. I've lost shield.
That's
me! Someone reprogrammed them to attack on sight. We're not alone here.
I see you, Shepard.
Have a nice
Stop right there!
Praza, you said you'd let me handle this. Wait, Shepard?
I'm not taking any chances with Cerberus operatives.
Put those weapons down! Shepard? Is that... You're alive?
Cerberus rebuilt me, Tali. In return, they asked
You pardon us for not taking you at your
We're
word.
well within our rights to investigate attacks on a human colony. I'd like to know what the Quarians are doing here.
Weapons down. One of our people was here on pilgrimage. His name was Vitor.
If Vitor survived the attack, he may be able to tell
That's
us
the hope. We've seen him, but he might not be in the best.
She means that he was
When he
unstable.
saw us landing, he hid in a warehouse on the far side of town. We suspect...
Vitor's the only one who
Good
can tell
idea.
us what...
You'll
Now
not.
we're working...
No, Praza, you're working for... Head for the warehouse through the center of the colony.
Make sure to keep in
Will
radio.
do. Good luck, Shepard. Be careful, Shepard. There's a squad of security drones up ahead.
Thanks for the warning. We'll take care of them. Use overload on them.
Hostile forces have engaged.
Target down! Got it.
One left! Shepard, Praza and his squad rushed on ahead. I told them to wait, but they wouldn't listen. They want to find Vitor and take him away before you get here.
We should have expected this.
Come on. We can still catch him. Drop it.
Perfect!
Target down!
We're inside the loading docks. Vitor reprogrammed the heavy mech. It's tearing Praza's squad apart.
They did want to get to Vitor first.
Get your squad into cover and I'll open the loading bay doors.
Overload will take out their shield.
Warp is heavy armored and weakened.
This is valuable. Vitor?
No, Vitor. Not here. Swarms can't find. Monsters coming. Have to hide.
Nobody's gonna hurt you anymore.
I don't think he can hear you, Commander.
Who didn't find us?
The monsters. The swarms.
We're not survivors.
You don't know. You didn't see. But I see everything.
Looks like security footage. He must have pieced it together manually.
What the hell is that?
My god. I think it's a collector.
Is that some kind of alien?
They're a species from somewhere beyond the Omega-4 relay. Only a few people have ever seen one in person.
They usually work through intermediaries, like slavers or hired mercenaries. If they're involved with the Reapers somehow, it could explain what happened to the colonies.
The Collectors have advanced technology. They could have a weapon that disables an entire settlement at once.
The Seekers swarms. No one can hide. The Seekers find you, freeze you. Then the monsters take you away.
Why didn't the Collectors
Swarms didn't
The Collectors aren't known for being
Or they were using technology specifically designed.
What happened next?
The monsters took the people onto
I think that's probably all we're getting out of him, Commander.
I studied
We need to get this data.
What?
We won't hurt him.
Your people tried to betray us.
Praza was an idiot, and he and his men paid for it. You're welcome to take Vitor.
Understood, Commander.
Good luck out there.
We're ready for pickup.
The quarry, you and I have different methods, but I can't argue with you.
You ever think about playing
Diplomacy
nice?
is, but more importantly, you confirm the Collectors are.
Why do I
behind.
get the feeling
I
you
had
know
my
about it?
suspicions, but I need. They period when they're trans. Until now, we've had no evidence of direct aggression by the Collectors. The patterns, the Council and the Alliance want to believe the. I won't wait until the Reapers are on the march. We need to take the fight to them.
If this is a war, I'll need an army.
I've already compiled a list of soldiers, scientists, and mercenaries. You'll get dossier. Finding. I'll continue to track the Collectors. When they make their next appearance, I'll notify you and your team. Be ready.
Miranda and Jacob aren't enough. How many do you need to
I've
keep
made
me
it clear to Miranda. Everyone else on this list was chosen specifically for this mission.
I'll do the best I can.
I'm sure you will. First, head to. Our intelligence suggests he may know how to counteract.
I haven't even started.
I'm giving you.
All right.
I've someone you can trust.
I can't.
It's good to be home, huh, Commander?
I guess we'll have to give her a name.
Welcome aboard the new Normandy, Commander.
I've been looking over the dossiers. I'd strongly recommend starting by acquiring Morden Solus, the Solarian professor on Omega. We know the Collectors use some type of advanced technology to immobilize their victims. We'll need him to develop a countermeasure to protect us.
Acquiring Professor Solus seems like the most... I am the Normandy's artificial intelligence. I observe and offer analysis and advice.
The Normandy has a full crew. They're at their stations awaiting your orders.
Preparations for takeoff are complete.
Jacob and I should return to our posts.
Welcome. I'm Yeoman Kelly Chambers. I'll manage your mess. And I must say, it's such an honor to work.
I'm glad to have you on the team, Miss
Please,
Chambers.
call me Kelly.
Okay, Kelly.
Anything else? I always have time.
I better
for you.
go.
Okay. Maybe we'll talk later.
please.
Oh, of course, Mocklin. Whatever she wants.
Blasted skip.
You know who I am?
Of course. We had... Arya wants to know what brings a dead Spectre to
Cut
Omega.
the attitude. I'm not here to cause problems for Omega.
Things explode around you, Shepard. You can't blame Arya. After...
I'm receiving quarantine warnings about the slums where Dr. Morton Solus runs the clinic. Anticipate resistance at the transport station.
You Zaid, my son?
Yeah, that's me. That's what they tell me.
No. I guess he decided to
Good
leave
thing
that.
I picked up a mission a little while back. You heard the name Thedos. Seems he recently captured an Eldfelt Ashland.
We'll get to it if we can.
I know you've got bigger. I better turn... I'll be locked and loaded next time you're ready to get some killing done.
Come on, let me in. Ari's expecting you.
What are you looking
Don't you have something better to do?
No, just
You
the
see
one.
my gun.
I see you around.
That's close enough.
Stand still.
Can't be too careful with... I was told you're the person to
They're
talk.
clean.
Depends on the question. You run Omega? But you need more. Everyone needs more. I'm the boss, CEO, queen, if you... Don't fuck with all. Sounds like neither
And
of us
on
like-
your ship, that would make... So, what can I...
You and half of Omega. Everything he does pisses someone off. That's assuming you can get to him. They've started...
Sounds
They're
like that
using
might-
a private room for recruiting. Just over there. I appreciate
See
the
if you
help.
still feel that way with...
I always liked Morden. If you really need to find him, take a shuttle to the quarantine zone. One scan and we're straight to business. People are usually more concerned about who I am. Your death was downplayed, but hardly what I call a secret. I had to make sure it was really you. Whatever you need will come out on its own. I'm curious, but Omega doesn't really care about it. Maybe I'll be here. I hear you're recruiting.
You'll get paid in the job. Who's next? You're in the wrong place, honey. Strippers' quarters are that way.
Show me yours, tough guy. I bet mine's bigger.
Impressive. So, you're here to fight then?
Sure, if this is the place to go after Archangel.
This standard. You'll need... And no. Any questions?
Where do we go?
Just hit. Send in the next one.
Hey, is this where I sign up?
You look a little young to be...
I'm old enough. I grew up on Omega. I know.
So does Archangel.
I can handle myself. Besides, I just spent 50 credits on this pistol, and I want to use it.
Get your money back. Trust me, kid. You'll thank me later.
Come on, let me in.
The Asari Republic has ceded its share of defense responsibility to the Turian hierarchy. The Human Alliance maintains a majority share of forces.
Kent. Kent is not. I might have something here for humans. Not much.
I'm in the mood to spend some money, but I think I can find better stuff elsewhere.
You won't find a better selection anywhere. Unless you're willing to risk the black market.
I'd rather deal with you than give money to those thieves.
I can't. I'll do what I can. But don't tell anyone or I'll lose my shirt.
I can use this.
Every credit goes toward a ticket to get me off this forsaken rock.
I buy a lot of parts.
Well, you seem like...
Of course.
Then we have a deal. Maybe I'll at least... You can see how that turned out. This is my mistake on my pilgrimage.
Here you go.
I'm going to buy my ticket right now.
This is valuable.
This place. How could these people be left to rot like this?
You don't understand, or you don't want to?
Doesn't look...
Tentatively excited.
What kinds of things?
With
I have
pride,
things to do.
courteously. Have a fine day. Take a look at my kiosk if you want to buy anything.
End it now.